Welcome back to another DeFi render tutorial. Uh, in previous videos, we have talked about the scatter, and we have not, done yet about the scatter. Scatter has a lot of tools here. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'll add my scatter. I'll select the material here, and I'll choose this area, and I'll create it. Once you are creating it, you can see there are plenty of options. In previous videos we have talked about these options. Now we have to talk about these things, and in content you will be finding the content presets. If you just click here, you can find the predefined templates from the DeFi itself for the scatter, so you can use them. So here you have 50 number of scatters: low landscape, ground cover, the forest landscape, the waterfront lands, the urban landscape, and the crops. There are plenty of things you can download it. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just uh, make it this one, and we'll see what happening here. I'll close it. So now it's my scatter has been creating. So you can see this, a turning, pending circle here. Now remember, since this is a very large area, when you're using these presets, because these presets contain a lot of assets, a lot of vegetations, and it will slow down your computer. So be careful, mindful about the things you are applying. So usually, if you are using some kind of the big assets like these kind of trees, then you will be able to manage the scene. But if you're using this kind of a very small elements, small assets for the the presets as the the DeFi scatter, and it will definitely slow down your computer. So be mindful about it. When you're using it, we always try to use you can see, if I just move my the viewport, you can see there are plenty of the high quality scatter pattern applied here. So you can see from here, and these are the the assets. It has been, I mean, the divisions, subdivisions, I mean, in previous video I have talked about it. And this is the scatter pattern, and this is the preset. So we'll talk about this preset. So now what I'm gonna do is, so this kind of a presets or templates are available with the the DeFi scatter. So now I'm gonna delete it, in order to apply another thing. So again, I'll just click this one, I'll create it. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna go with the presets or the templates. So now I'm gonna use my the DeFi Pro asset. So again, I'm gonna click here, and here it will be automatically redirect to your assets, DeFi Render Pro asset. So now what I'm gonna do is, I'll use some broadleaf here. So this tree pattern I'll apply here, and I will close down here. Now you can see, as per the the preset, as per the the pattern. So it has been applied. This is the pattern which I have choose by default. So if you just click the asset here, you will find a couple of the options. The first one is scaling option. In scaling option, so what the scale mean is the size of the model. Actually, if you increase it, your scale, I mean, that your model asset size will be increased. Now, if you just increase it by 150, you will see my huge growth in my asset type here. So usually I'll keep it as it is, as 100. So you can see, and the probability of occurrence is the number of objects per unit in designated area. So that means if you have the higher value, that means more densely the model will appear. And I'm not using it at this moment. And we'll talk about the generating direction. It's previously known as up direction. So if I just move closely, now you can see my three types are the vertical, whether it's the surface, whatever the surface here. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'll just decrease it, the generating direction, see what happens. So it will be okay. Now I'll increase it. Sorry. Now you can see it has been the perpendicular to the surface, whatever happens. So usually if you just decrease it, so it will be like this. That means vertical, whether it's the slopy area, or maybe the flat area. But if you just increase it, it will be fully vertical or maybe the perpendicular to the surface. So hope you're clear about it. And the final one will be the collision volume. So the collision volume is the ratio between the collision radius and the radius of uh, the model itself actually. So just to have an idea about the collision, so I'll just click here to idea about the collision volume. The collision volume changes with the scale parameter. If we just increase it or decrease it, the collision volume will be changed, but the ratio will be as it is. I mean, the automatically it will change the sizing, but the collision volume, the ratio will be same, and the collision volume and the density from the distribution, it has a interrelated. I mean, it both has some kind of a connection. So if you just increase in the density and your model is not densifying or maybe having a lot of trees, that because of the collision volume, that may be a collision volume increased or maybe the decrease. So that may be the cause. So again, just have an idea about when you are increasing density, if you are not seeing any result, that means your collision volume has a problem. Again, it does have a relationship from the density and the collision volume. Hope you're clear about it.